Hi everyone, I'm so excited to get to talk to you all today. My name is Taylor and I'm an eco ambassador.
Hello, my name is Alicia, and I am also an eco ambassador. Today, we are here to talk with you all about habitats. Some of you have probably heard the word habitat before, but I'll remind you what it means. A habitat is a place where a living thing lives. Different kinds of animals and plants need different kinds of habitats. All species of plants and animals, including people, need a proper combination of food, water, cover, and space to survive and reproduce.
Together, these elements make up a habitat. Usually, there are many types of animals and plants living in a habitat. Today, we are going to talk to you all about some different kinds of habitats. So today I'm going to show you all some animal homes and habitats that are right here in my backyard. The first habitat that I'd like to show you is this wetland area. So as you can see right now, it's a little bit dry. You can see the water back there, but during the summer and fall, it tends to be dry, but then it will get more water and become more wet again in the winter and the spring. So wetlands are a really important habitat because they're home to many animals. On the surface, we can usually see like maybe some ducks and some other birds, but under the surface of the water, small fish and bugs call this place home. There are also a lot of frogs that live here too. Wetland habitats provide a safe place for the animals that live here. They provide water and a space to survive for the animals that live here. A wetland is a good habitat for plants and animals that need a more wet environment. Also, because they are full of life, they are an important source of food for many animals. Wetlands are one important habitat.
Hello, everybody. I'm here in the Mojave Desert in California. As the name suggests, the Mojave Desert is a desert habitat. In a desert habitat, there is not a lot of water, which means throughout the year there's not a lot of rainfall, and the air is pretty dry. Deserts can be either cold or hot. In this desert in particular, it is not uncommon for the temperature to reach below freezing in the winter months, and in the summer months, it can be anywhere from 114 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. The plants and animals that live in this habitat have to survive without a lot of water. So some of these animals can include birds like roadrunners and hawks, reptiles such as snakes or lizards, rodents such as rabbits or mice, and coyotes. A lot of animals in this habitat use these rocks as shelter, which is one of the main things that is needed for a habitat. Another thing that has to live without a lot of water is the plants in this desert habitat. Some plants that are here in the Mojave Desert are actually cactus and brittlebush. Plants are very important to animals in the desert. They not only provide food and shelter, but they can also give animals water. Most desert plants hold on to water, either in their flowers, leaves, or branches. When an animal eats the plant, they can also get water. Now, there's actually a tree that is only specific to the Mojave Desert, which means that it only lives and grows in the Mojave Desert. So, does anybody know what that tree is? I will give you some time to think about it. Okay, so do you think you have the answer? Let's see if you are correct. So the tree that is native only to the Mojave Desert is the Joshua tree. That was a pretty difficult one, so if you didn't get it, no problem. But now you know that the Joshua tree only lives and grows in the Mojave Desert.
Another important habitat that's right here in my backyard is this oak forest. So my favorite are these nice tall live oaks. Oak trees are really common in California and they're very important. Oak trees actually support a lot of insects, and songbirds like to eat the insects, so that attracts the songbirds too, as well as some mammals also like to eat the insects that are attracted to these oak trees. Some of the birds that I usually see back here are nuthatches and goldfinches, oak titmice, and some other birds as well. This habitat provides a really safe place for animals to live. So they like to go on the branches and maybe even build a nice safe nest in a branch. Also, as we've been talking about, this habitat provides a lot of food. So we talked about the insects that are attracted to this habitat, but also these oak trees actually produce acorns, which birds and mammals also like to eat. This habitat is a bit drier, so it's better for animals and plants that don't need a lot of water. Oak forests are a very important habitat.
Hello again, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite habitats, which is the ocean. The ocean is actually the largest habitat on Earth, and it's home to billions of animals and plants. One of these plants you can actually find washed up on the beach. The next time you go to the beach, try to look for this on the shore, which is kelp or seaweed. Kelp actually stands up in the ocean and looks a lot like trees. So if there's a whole bunch of kelp, we call that a kelp forest. Kelp forests are important to a lot of marine animals. And when I say marine animal, I just mean an animal that lives in or near water. One animal that actually uses it as food are sea urchins. Sea urchins love to munch on kelp, sometimes a little bit too much. Another animal that actually uses kelp as shelter are sea otters. Sea otters love to wrap themselves in the kelp and then go to sleep. This is because the waves can actually drag them out into the ocean. So if they are wrapped in the kelp, then they're safe. Not only are kelp forests important to sea otters, but sea otters are important to kelp forests. Because they like to eat sea urchins, this really helps the kelp forest. Because like I said before, sea urchins love to eat kelp. Sometimes they can eat entire kelp forests. And this is really bad for the other marine animals that use the kelp forest for food and shelter, because it's not going to be there anymore. Another great form of shelter are coral reefs. Coral reefs are actually alive themselves, but since they have so many places for animals, such as fish, to live, they are really important shelter structures. There are tons of different plants and animals in the ocean, and I can't name them all, but some animals that you might see here in Monterey Bay include whales, dolphins, sea stars, sea otters, of course, pelicans and seagulls, seals, sea lions, and even sharks, just to name a few. All of these habitats that Taylor and I have shown you today are homes to these animals and plants, and we want to make sure to keep them as clean as possible and to not disturb them. One way that you can help this is to make sure that your trash goes into the trash can and not on the floor or ground. This makes sure that the habitat is nice and clean. Another thing that you can do is to make sure that you're not disturbing any of the animals or habitats, meaning keep a lookout and make sure that you're not accidentally stepping on anybody's home.
Animal homes are all around us, and today I'd like us to spend some time thinking about those homes that are around us. As you do this next activity, think about what the habitat provides to the animals and the plants that live there. Remember, habitats provide food, water, cover, and space to survive and reproduce.
Not only are there animal homes all around me and Alicia, but there are also animal homes all around you. For your activity in your Eco Ambassador notebook, I'd love for you to write and draw about the habitat around you. You can write and draw the kind of habitat it is and around 3 plants and animals. You can think about things like, do any of the animals eat any of the plants? What kind of conditions do the animals need? I'm going to show you an example to help you as you get started. Before you guys get started on your project in your Eco Ambassador notebook, I'll show you a little example using the oak forest habitat. So first I'm going to draw some grass as a plant, a very important part of a habitat. Then I'm going to draw the oak tree. And then I think I'll draw like some little insects in the air. Those are my little insects flying around. And then I'm going to draw a branch on my tree. And there's going to be a little bird. Maybe the bird will eat some of the insects. And then I think I'm also going to draw a deer. That might be in this habitat. And then I think I'll draw like some other bushes, other plants on the ground that maybe the deer will be eating. And that's all. So have fun drawing your habitat in your Eco Ambassador notebook. And I hope that you all have fun and think of some plants and animals that are found in habitats near you. I hope you have fun thinking about the different animal homes and habitats around you.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.